You're listening to
Tipsy Book Reads.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy. Too many books on my TBR. Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya. Guess what world we're in?
Rebecca Ross's world.
Rebecca, come on the podcast. We want to talk after that ending. I've got some words. 4 meters. That's all I have to say. I looked it up. That is 13 feet. Just
Thank
so
you.
you would know.
Thank you. There were several times throughout this book that I was like, I should learn the metric system.
That's right. We are American.
Yep.
Oh, man. Which I didn't realize. I don't know. Never mind. Like, wow. Wow. Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
What you drinking? You know, I haven't said that in, like, episodes.
Dang.
Just what you drinking?
Can we just like jump right into it?
Yeah, I'm just always like, I need a drink. What is it?
Fair enough. We are drinking a Moscow Mule, but made with gin. We made it with hibiscus gin, and I think the distillery is local.
Yeah,
the brand
Florida.
is Almirada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Florida distillery, which is really cool. I felt like for this one, it needed... So this drink is for Iris. We felt like it needed to be something floral because, like, flowers are their whole family names. So we went with hibiscus gin, and I felt like a mule because she's a fighter, and it's something strong. And, yeah. Cheers.
Oh, my goodness. I love it. I love it.
Yum.
You cannot go wrong with a mule.
Just mixing it up, making it gin. Oh, no.
Yeah, that hibiscus gin is so good.
And it's pretty, too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the keys. They make it in the keys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty. It's really, really good. But anyways, what a good choice. If you want the recipe, it's on Instagram or TikTok, or sometimes I remember to put it on Discord. Oops, that's okay. Dropped a pen. Or we have a website now.
Yay!
We're so cool. So we're blogging our drinky drinks, which I will hence now forever call that Drinky Drinks blog. So,
yeah. Check out the Drinky Drinks blog.
yeah, fun times. Oh boy. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with
my
scattered
goodness.
thoughts or just go right into favorite characters, or how do we feel?
I don't know.
Should we do heads for scattered thoughts, tails for...
Yeah.
Do you have a little... Can you say it?
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Oh, wait. We didn't call it.
Yeah, you said tails was scattered thoughts.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you said tails was scattered thoughts and heads was favorite character.
Yeah, I said that.
I think so. So, favorite characters?
Okay, cool. Iris.
Here's what I found.
She's trying to take over our episode.
It's like Smart House.
Oh my gosh. Guess what? Listen. Talk about we live in a...
Simulation.
I haven't just like sat down and watched, without doing something, a movie or a TV show in a while. And so I just was scrolling Disney Plus, and guess what was suggested? Smart House.
Wild.
I did not watch it. Just to give you an idea. I instead watched Journey to Atlantis.
Oh.
Yeah. So
A
good.
classic.
So good.
There's so many people that don't know about that movie. Like, it's so niche.
Wild. It's so wild. It's so good. And it's one of those that each character has such distinct, like, characteristics in their face
Yeah.
that I feel as if I could totally pick people from now to, like, play them in a live action.
Yeah, for sure.
Not at this moment because I don't remember anyone's name, but they're so good.
What's her name? Like the main queen lady?
She has a name, and then he goes, "Is there a simpler way to say it?" And it's, oh, I was really hoping that would work.
His name is Milo.
Yes, and Milo and now I'm picturing the scene where he's telling her everyone's name, and it's like sweet, but he's not sweet. Cookie, but he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one scene. Hold on, let me look it up.
One year for Halloween, Tyler and I were them,
Aww.
and not a lot of people knew who we were. Apparently, that movie's very niche. If you've seen it, let us know.
Yeah, that's giving. Oh, there's a second one. Huh. Michael J. Fox was the voice of Milo.
What?
Oh. Where'd it go? Kita. But what's the?
Kita.
It won't let me. I want her full name. Whatever. Kita. But there's a full name. It won't let me click on it. Why did I not know that Michael J. Fox?
I didn't know that either.
It's Milo's Return. It was made in 2003.
Huh. What year did the original come out?
2001. Dang. World. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, favorite characters. You said Iris?
Iris.
I still think.
Not you leaving
Roman.
it blank.
I know because I'm not positive. I still think as far as like the series goes, I think it's gonna be Roman. Like this is wild where things left off, and I think it's gonna be so intense.
Does it not give you Thanos vibes?
Yeah.
Like when he, quote unquote, saves Gamora from her country, her world, her planet. That's what that's giving me.
Yep.
Also, I don't mean to jump into scattered thoughts, but just a thought. Do you think when he heals them that he controls them, but when they break away, does that mean that they're no longer healed? Because like Forrest was bleeding from a really old wound. So is he like now actively dying?
That's a very good point.
It seems like another scary thing that they're going to talk about. I don't know, because then he was just avoiding it the whole time. Every time she brought it up, he was just like, it's fine. Which means it's not fine.
Right. I mean, I know he didn't want to talk about it until they were like back home, but
even then they didn't really touch on it.
And moving forward, so okay, we'll get more into it as we talk, but
that's fine. We can put a pin in it.
That's an interesting point.
So I've started following Rebecca Ross on Instagram. Number one, I cannot believe I haven't followed her before. She's such a cool little bookstagram. But she introduced herself and she included her Enneagrams.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I don't remember what they were. I probably should have had that up. But do you want to go over what you think the characters' Enneagrams are while I look this up?
Sure. So let's see. I'll start with like not main characters and go to main characters. I kind of think Addie is either a 4 or an 8. Did you do everyone or did you just do the main ones?
My bad. I just did Iris and Roman.
Oh,
but
that's
I
okay.
love to hear an 8. She's totally an 8.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm thinking 8, she's the challenger, but I said 4 is the individualist because I was kind of thinking like her whole thing about why she went into the war to begin with and to kind of like prove other people wrong and like find herself type of thing. So I wasn't positive about that. I think Marisol is maybe a 9, a peacemaker.
Totally.
And then Roman and Iris, I don't know why I had a hard time. I kind of feel like Roman might be a 6.
Interesting.
What do you think for Roman?
before I lose this,
Yeah.
though, I found it. Rebecca is a 4-wing 5.
Amazing.
4-wing 5, and she's an INFJ. Very cool. Okay, so you said asked for Roman. I thought he could either be, at first, like in the part 1, I had kind of had an idea of him being a 3, but now I'm past that. But I did want to just include that interesting little tidbit of when you're just like introduced to a character a little bit, and then you think they're one way, and then they're actually the other way. I think I put him as a 5, the investigator, because he's perceptive, innovative, he's secretive, and that was like a big thing to me.
Okay. I had him as a 6, but now that you mentioned some of those things, I'm wondering if maybe he's like a 5-wing 6.
Totally could be. I have Iris as a 6.
I have her as a 3.
I did go back and forth between 3, but I don't think she's image conscious enough, and I think that in terms of what she was being driven towards, it was like her brother, not necessarily like success. I don't know.
But I think the biggest reason I thought she was a 3 was the adaptability and like
True.
the kind of excelling throughout like whatever you're thrown into. That one's hard.
Yeah, because she's super loyal.
She is.
She's very engaging with anything. Like even when she sat down with Roman to give her story, her side of the story, like that was a huge like 6, I think. And anxious and suspicious is 2 other characteristics of that, which I feel like she is.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I like when we're not on the same page as that.
Yeah. Did you do Hogwarts houses?
I did them last time, but I can say them again.
Are you sticking with what you thought?
Yeah. I think
I don't remember what you thought.
Iris is a Gryffindor, and you know what? I did not do Roman. He gives me Hufflepuff vibes, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I could see that. I think I could agree he's either Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. I definitely think Iris is a Gryffindor.
Yeah. That was the 2 I was going back and forth to.
Yeah. I think Addie's a Gryffindor too.
Addie's totally a Gryffindor.
Marisol's a Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff, and then Slytherin for
wifey.
Wifey,
Yep, that's what I had too.
which is just the 2
Perfect
peas
combo.
and pod. Totally.
Hufflepuff and Slytherin, love it.
I don't know Forest enough yet.
Mm-mm.
I think that's the only other one, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Everyone else is dead.
No, literally.
Speaking of trigger warnings. real
Trigger
quick.
warnings. I didn't write them down, did you? I have them from
war,
last week.
PTSD, death.
Yeah. Yep. I think war covers a lot of it.
Yeah.
Everything that's inclusive of that. So if that's not for you, great time to go ahead and hit pause. Or if you want to give us those listens, you can just mute us and keep it going. I'm just kidding. But next week we do have our book picked out. So check our Instagram for that, and we'll go ahead and announce it at the end of the episode. But we don't know enough about that book yet to say whether or not you're going to like it or any trigger warnings for it. But go ahead and check back with us. It's important to keep your mental health safe. So we'll see you next time, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go scattered thoughts?
Yeah. Hop right in.
Honestly, same. Jessica's, can I say that or no?
Sure.
Because is that even on your, oh, okay. I see what you did. My bad. Her paper says, honestly, fuck Forrest. Honestly, fuck Forrest. Low key.
Yeah.
Right now. We do know he's like kind of under the influence, or was. So.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a Titanic debate, right? Whether they could both fit on the door or not. Whether him and Iris could have carried Roman out of there.
4 meters.
13 feet. You could have picked him up. Iris would have automatically like been, all right, we're going. Boom. The minute you would have said, all right, let's get Roman, she would have jumped right into that and helped.
Yeah.
I just think that was, I mean, I can see why she did it for the plot. but it was avoidable.
Yeah. I will say, though, like, a little bit in Forrest's defense of, like, this man clearly on the brink of death.
Totally.
And if they're trying to escape, okay, they grab him,
Mhm.
but then they have to basically carry him. They have to keep him alive.
Mhm.
He could be, like, he could totally blow their cover. Like,
Yeah, and his main focus was his sister.
yeah.
But still.
But also, like, you can tell your sister loves this man. She's like, my husband. He's like, let's go.
Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Speaking of that, sorry, I was trying to read my handwriting. I wrote this very quickly because I read this a week ago and didn't write any notes. And so I had to go through everything again and just figure out what I wanted to talk about. So now my handwriting is atrocious and I don't know what I'm saying. But I think this says where we start off in chapter 25, she starts writing him a letter but never actually sends it. And Rebecca continues that writing device in the very end where she's writing in her mind because she no longer has the typewriter. And I loved that continuation throughout the rest of the series, and I think it'll keep playing in the next book. But I'm very sad that her typewriter is gone, and I hope they get it back.
Yeah.
Both of theirs.
I feel like typewriters are fairly indestructible. It'll just be like the house trampled around it and the typewriter's there.
Probably. I can totally picture that. What do you feel? Did that break your heart? It broke mine.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, how many books are going to be in this series? Has she said?
Not that I know of. She might have, but I don't know. Comment and tell us because we don't know anything. Uninformed.
I don't know. I just like, I need to know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know from Forrest that this God, he comes and quote unquote saves people, but then their lives are like indebted to him, right? But Forrest got away, but now he's bleeding.
He's scabbated.
So if that...
Nemo's on the mic.
If that's what happens with Roman, and to your point of if their wounds, like if the healing goes away...
Roman's a goner.
Yeah.
But they have to find like a way. I like the musician girly. What's her name? Enva. She's got to be like healing, right? She can heal him.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is not going to end well.
No.
That's my prediction.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I love the writing. I love the notes. I absolutely loved the scene where they're in the trenches and he's trying to keep her from finishing the letter because he's like, now is not the time for her to find out.
Throwing the paper balls in her face.
And like, oh, it's probably some love letter. These are the things he's going to write. And like, basically like giving her a,
hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just being a 3-year-old.
I feel like he was digging himself a bigger hole too.
He was.
Like I get time and place, but also my dude.
Yeah. Like she's going to read it. Just suck it up. I don't know. That was really funny to watch or read that. That whole trench. Wow. They were going through the trenches.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going through it. Wow. They went from journalists to soldiers in 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then him sacrificing himself. And I knew the locket would come back into play. Like,
yeah.
Definitely.
Wild.
And the way that it did come back was brilliant, but ouch. You know?
Yeah. So that was what made him like snap out of it for good and be like, I gotta go find.
I gotta get my sister. But yeah, that whole scene. But to back up, like, okay, so we left off and we didn't know where Roman was last week, and now we do obviously know that he was coming. Well, we thought to the war, and her running towards him when the alarms were sounding, and him just being like, oh my gosh, she's running towards
Happy
me.
reunion.
And she's like, get the fuck down, Roman. There's an alarm. What are you doing here? That alarm though must be absolutely terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And to be stuck out there and to see. Ugh.
I just still don't understand why they don't give them that alarm rundown before they get off the freaking train.
I agree, but I couldn't figure out at first why, like, they delayed their train when Iris and Addie they were coming in, and then it turns out they did delay Roman's train,
And
but
he
Roman
walked.
said, "Oh, it's not that far. I'm just gonna walk."
Like, dude, there's a reason there's a time in
Yeah.
the train. You're dumb.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. But they got to see each other, and I thought that was cute. And I love that it said Roman. She said it's Roman. Oh, what was the middle name she put in?
I don't remember.
It was really funny. Something Carver Kit, or not Carver, whatever Kit. And so I wrote back Roman motherfucker Kit.
dummy.
Oh my gosh! But the arrogance of him just being like, "You missed me? Dude, you almost died. She just saved your life."
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, man. Addie being their biggest fan. She's such
Just
a little
rooting
instigator.
for them.
Yeah.
Amazing. She's like, you need to go talk to him.
I love her. She was close on my favorite character list. I wish she was in it more.
Yeah.
Maybe, I was going to say maybe next book, but
I don't know. I think she and Marisol got away. I think Wifey is a goner.
I was hoping it would prove us wrong.
Yeah. It did not.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Well.
Not dead till you see a body.
Fair enough. And he didn't burn this town, so that's something.
Yeah. Oh, he's so scary. He definitely gives me Thanos vibes.
Yeah.
But,
Also, so freaking scary that the Ethrals or whatever, they were like, oh, there's been a spotting, but there were no alarms. And she had the realization of like, oh shit, the town that gives us the alarms is literally burnt to a crisp. Like, no wonder.
how scary. I mean, just so scary. Ugh. Okay, so I absolutely love that Roman and Iris, I almost said Roman and Kit, are literally exact opposites of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Sunrise to sunset, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee to tea.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. And then I loved that their wedding was at sunset.
And it was very sweet. It was so cute.
I loved it.
That whole thing. And Addie putting all the like flowers in their room.
Oh,
So
so
cute.
cute. Her biggest fan. She's their biggest fan, 100%.
Yeah.
But so when Forrest said I saw you guys in the garden, do we think it was the wedding or do we think when they were in the garden together, like making out?
I think that one.
Okay, because I think she thinks it's that one, but I almost wonder if it was when they were getting married.
Maybe.
Yeah, because she's kind of an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially, yeah. I don't know. The timeline honestly kind of confuses me because this whole thing has only been a few weeks.
Yeah.
And like it feels like longer.
It does. And I mean, we had the suspicion that they were talking a lot more. And so I don't know. It is wild. At first, when I was like, y'all getting married? What? Like, that was quick. But a lot of things going on that it makes it sense. Makes sense that it would be quick. Actually, let's go ahead and take a break. We're back. Oh, I feel like we should do the Hannah Montana transitions. Oh, man.
Get the limo out front.
They will sue us. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't know where we were, but can we talk about the packs going missing?
Yeah.
So the day that those damn trucks. Can you guys hear that? Probably not, but they're so loud. Anyways, the day that they had their wedding, the packs go missing. Her wife shows up so that it's like something's going down. Everyone needs to evacuate. And when they went to go get their packs out, they were missing a pack. And they were missing some other things too, right? Or just, the typewriter stuff was all.
In his uniform.
In his uniform. I freaking knew it was Forrest.
Wild. I did not.
I totally knew it was Forrest. I was like, watch it be Forrest. Or no, I said it is Forrest. And then I was like,
I didn't know. I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't know. They had talked about it. I don't know. I just had the sense that it was, and I'm so glad it was. But also, he stole his jumpsuit and his life.
Wild.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Me either. But I don't know. I have conflicting feelings about it. Like you said, I mean, they could have totally saved Roman, but then also they probably couldn't have.
Yeah, and even the god was like, he is a minute and 13 seconds till
Wild.
his lungs fill up with blood or whatever. So, like, they probably could not have saved him. He was a goner.
I kind of loved that, though.
Yeah, that was wild.
When he was, like, looking over and seeing the death count.
Oh, my God, and his whole, like, the fire and ice, the souls thing. Like, he can see the souls, and he's like, this one is super cold, ice cold or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, bring him below. And just like cuts a little portal to the underworld. Which explains the ring and the ring of blood or whatever.
Yes. Roman. I'm so sad. But I'm also hyped to see, like, I mean, I'm so sad that they're separated or whatever, but I love shit like this. Like, I cannot wait. He's gonna be warped in his in what's the word I'm looking for? Brainwashed. And then I mean she's gonna have to bring him out of it.
Yeah.
I love it. Big fan. Oh my gosh. I love that I just said that, and I also have a note on my paper that says my heart cannot take this.
I love brainwashing.
I can't take it.
I
hate it.
Okay, so I want to talk about Marisol.
Okay.
I feel like, is she a goddess or something?
Oh.
I just got these weird vibes, like when she was standing in the red dress, like when the house was shaking, and she was like the only one standing up, and like she was like, this house won't fall as long as I'm in it. And then there was another time later that like the destruction seemed to happen around her, and like
she's not the music goddess, is she?
Is she?
Oh my. Okay, because you're so totally right. The house, when she said the house won't fall, it clicked in the back of my head, but I was just kind of like moving on.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you picked that up.
I don't know. It could be nothing, but it feels like it's not nothing.
It could be nothing.
And like, why is she in a red dress? Like, it's in the middle of war.
No, totally fair. She's like, come get me. Wow. I love that.
So I don't know, but I'm curious. Like, I definitely think she got out with Addie, but like, if she did get out, it means there's more to her story too. And what's that gonna look like?
Yeah. Iris's found family
Is lost.
is lost. It's not found anymore.
No.
Missing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm like, something's going on with Marisol.
I feel
Words.
English. I feel like I need to go back and pinpoint some more things because I bet that they are like blaring in our face.
Probably.
Wow, so good. Fascinating. I think she is.
I don't know. We'll see. Or
Either
like
she's the goddess or she's like
another like sky god or something.
Yeah, something like minor.
Yeah.
Or maybe like I'm sure they have like high generals or something, you know what I mean? Like she could be placed there by, what's her name? Enva.
That's true. So tell me why when Forrest was like grabbing her, first of all, so aggressively.
Oh my gosh, like calm down.
I was kind of wondering if it was the decree, the god.
Me too.
Because,
Oh my gosh. I thought that too. I was like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. Well, my first thing was like, she was like, Roman. I was like, that ain't Roman. From the second he grabbed her wrist and she said it was like, he grabbed her hard, I was like, that ain't Roman. And I was like, is this the god? Like, because in other stories, gods can like come down as mortals and like, or look like other people or whatever. So even once it came out that it was Forrest, I still was not convinced it was Forrest. But then once I realized that like Forrest was working for him, I was like, okay, I guess this kind of makes sense now.
Yeah, wow. I knew it was Forrest. Only because of the jumpsuit was missing and everything.
Yeah.
Like, but that would have been wild if it was.
Well, because she's
Thanos?
mentioned, because she's mentioned several times like the whole prisoner of war thing. Like, does he take prisoners? But I guess in a sense, like the people that he saves are his prisoners of war.
Well, no, 100%. I think that's what that is. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that Forrest got out, but now we have to see if he survives, and then whether or not that gives us hope for Roman,
And if he redeems himself.
What is happening on our Instagram?
I don't know.
Oh, it's my Instagram. I thought it's usually ours, Tipsy Book Reads. So I was like, ooh, are we going viral? Nope. Just messages. Oh man. I don't know what half these freaking notes say.
Oh, man.
This chapter, wild. What chapter?
All of the chapters.
All of the chapters.
So now they're back in Oath. I'm very curious to see if the Littles are going to play back into this, like, because they're supporters of the underworld god and with their bombs and all this stuff. But I wonder if the gas things were the bombs.
I think
Because
they
she was
are.
like, it's not a bomb. And he's like, well, looks like a bomb to me. And she's like, you don't understand.
Smells like it. Yeah, I think you're
So,
right.
I wonder if that's what they created, and we'll see where that goes.
Also, like, they'd probably be pretty hyped that Roman is on that side now.
Maybe he'll play double agent.
I love it. I love it. You know what I keep thinking about? The letters from the soldiers that never got mailed.
I know.
He was like, unfortunately, I can't mail these as I'm sending them back. From the next room over.
That was like the one thing he didn't think through. He was probably like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. He was like, ooh, maybe I could sneak these on the train. Oh, man. Yeah, I keep thinking about that. Oh, those poor letters are now in that house still.
Which I feel like they have to send the stuff, their correspondence for the paper back on the train. Why can't they just send the soldiers' letters with them?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't understand. And yeah, because they even said, like, if you needed anything to send word back on the train.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just thinking it would be faster since he was in an oath and it didn't have to actually go through the train and then a person and then it was just going boom, boom.
Yeah. Or maybe, like, it's a lot of letters and, like, post expenses. Like, the soldiers
So
probably
true.
don't have that. I don't know.
So true. Yeah, definitely they wouldn't. Do you have any theories?
I don't know.
Me
I don't
either.
know
I'm
what
scared to say anything.
I kind of feel like now that I've said it, I feel like Force is going to play double agent.
I think it's hard to how do I want to
predict?
say this? No, I think when you've gone through something like Forrest is going through, that there might still be that connection. And I don't think that Forrest. Wait, you said Forrest is a double agent?
I said maybe he will become.
Yeah, and I don't think that it would be intentional. I think that it would be like controlled, which is so sad. I think that's more sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially it kind of threw me that he accepted their mom's death so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was just like, oh, let's go home. Oh, okay. But also, I guess when you've been through that much crap, it's just like one more thing. Like, oh,
Another one.
here's another one. Yeah.
Who's not dead.
I mean, totally fair. That's a very, actually, now that I said that, valid response. I don't know. I think I'm just reading into so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God. The letter. When she went back home and it was the letter that she never, I forgot about it. I
And he was
forgot
like,
she never
"It's
opened
me.
it.
It's
me.
Roman."
A Roman. Yes. So he did tell her. He did.
Yeah, but he like knew that she didn't read it.
Totally.
Wild.
I mean, he figured it out.
Yeah.
But his intention was there.
Yeah.
The intention was there. Wow.
Hmm.
I freaking loved it. I just realized that was my one note. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I really liked that. And like I said, I had totally forgotten that whole scene happened where like a note flew through and she was like, "It's not worth it. I'm not going to read it."
Yeah.
Forgot about it. It's gone out of my head. Oh man, poor baby Roman.
I'm excited to see where this goes. I feel like this is a series. Well, I need to look and see how many there are going to be. But I feel like this is a series where I'm going to like the second book more than the first one.
And I loved this. I loved the ending. I loved everything in between. I'm hooked. So many people, I was looking at their reactions, but I like stopped halfway through because I was like, I don't want their reactions to be my reactions. I'm going to wait till after we record it and then I'll finish it. But so many people were like on the same page as I of just being like 5 out of 5. Stunning work of art. How many books are in the Divine? Wait, what is it called?
I don't know. If you
That's okay,
type in
this'll work.
Divine Rivals, it'll probably come up.
It just says 2. So I guess she's promising 2 right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm still looking for a special edition. I would love it with all of my heart. This one girl has like the version they have in England,
Mm-hmm.
the Fairy Loot, the original, the paperback, and then some other version.
Wow.
That is like
Amazing.
I'll have to show you it, but it was so beautiful. I'm like, wow, goals.
Amazing.
That's the definition of like 2 different book buying and reading.
As 2 separate hobbies?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, do you have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness. We definitely have to hop on Discord and chat with everyone, but we'll pick a better time. My bad. And because I want to hear everyone's opinions. And we did do a poll of like who was reading with us, and we have quite a few people. So
Yeah.
I want to talk with you.
What kept you home? What kept you up?
Okay, so I have to figure out how to say this without giving away anything for you because you haven't read the series yet. But I've seen a lot of people rereading Throne of Glass and having incredible theories about like the series and things that like wrap up in it. So I started rereading it again. And well, right now I'm kind of in the beginning, so I'm reading Throne of Glass. I'm gonna go through the whole series. And I definitely noticed a lot more things earlier on than I did while reading it the first time. But I'm so fascinated by what everyone is picking up on. And if you've read her writings, all of her universe or whatever, I think you kind of understand what I'm saying. But I'm hyped to keep reading. I really hope there's rumors that there's going to be another book of Throne of Glass. So I want to get it done before it's released and like maybe we can kind of see. But yeah, so that was my best way of explaining what I'm trying to say without giving anything away to you. But
Okay.
anyone who's read it and knows what I'm saying, then you will get it.
Okay.
I need you to
Yeah.
read.
I know. I feel like I should start over because I'm like halfway through the series.
Should,
but
let's
it's
start.
been a while.
I'm only on chapter like 10 or something.
Did you read
me.
the 0.5 book?
I didn't. Not Sam's book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not. It was. So
Have you read that one at all?
I haven't. but I'm really glad that I didn't because I think that's what messed you up.
But I need you to read it.
I will, definitely.
Okay. You can borrow my copy.
That'd be great. Yeah. But I really do think that's what messed you up because you were like, hello?
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
And then what was the other one? What kept me home? I'm not even joking. Like, literally just how excited I am for this podcast and, like, the book fair and everything. There was a day where I had off and I could have, like, done a million other things. Instead, I, like, created the website and I was, like, finding cool DIYs to do for decorations on the book fair. We already got a ticket count and I'm hyped with how many people are already coming. It's crazy.
Yeah. So if you're local to the Central Florida area, don't forget we're doing a book fair on Saturday, October 14th. Three Odd Guys Brewing, partnering with Writer's Block Bookstore.
Tickets are available in our bio and now on our website.
Yep.
And yeah, I think it's like $10 and you get raffle tickets, and the raffles are freaking amazing. They were amazing last time. They're amazing again this time. They also get a
coupon for bottomless mimosas. You get like $5 off and some other
bottomless
stuff.
Mimosas, guys. We open at 11:30 and we close at 3.
Amazing. It's going to be
a good deal.
blast.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get to buy them online, tickets will be available at the door for $15. So make sure you get them ahead of time.
For sure. Anyways, is that what kept you up and kept you home?
Yeah, did you like how I like advertised our book fair with it?
It was so good.
But genuinely, that's what kept me up and what kept me home.
Fair enough. What kept me up was my birthday this past week. It's been busy. We had a great day at Disney, and Tyler took me to a really nice dinner, and we have dinner this evening with my mother-in-law. And so we've had lots of different little birthday activities because I didn't really do like a big birthday party this year. So that's been really exciting. I love birthdays. So, and then what has kept me home? Have you ever seen Matthew and Paul on TikTok?
I'm better at faces, not names.
So it's these husbands that one of them is blind. Paul is blind. And it is the freaking cutest. I swear I scrolled for like hours on all of their videos because every time that Matthew pulls a prank on Paul just cracks up laughing and goes, Matthew!
Yes, okay. I'm with you. Them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the cutest thing, and I've just been binging their videos, and there's like this compilation of all the times Paul says, Matthew, like while he's laughing, and it's the funniest thing in the world. So I've just been like,
oh, that's such a better For You page than mine right now.
Dang.
It's very depressing.
Mine's been pretty wholesome.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah.
Mine has been like that horrible 8-passenger family drama.
Dang.
Yeah. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Anyways, I'm glad that yours is really nice. Oh.
But yeah, so
that's so cute. Okay. I was trying to see if you had any more to say. Sorry, that was an awkward pause. But this episode was sublime. And we have to announce the book.
Oh yeah.
The next book, I did put them on the story so that you had time to like get the books. I think that went over well with summer, so I did it again for fall. But we're reading. Oh my god, I forgot to write the author's name down. Why am I like this?
We have so many good books this fall. I am so excited.
I know, and I didn't even announce all of them. I kept like a chunk of them to do later for our fall part 2. Oh, I'm on read. I have not read it yet. Where's want to read? Want to read. Okay, I'm with you. Our next book is The First Bright Thing by J.R. Dawson. Excited. Lots of mixed reviews. Excited to see how we feel about it. I think we're going to like it.
Yeah.
We're either going to really like it or really hate it.
Yeah. A lot of what I'm seeing, this is the one, right? It's like Sapphic Jewish Night Circus, right?
Yeah.
There's like time travel.
No, that's literally how people are describing it on Goodreads is exactly that. That's like how they're describing it.
Yeah. So read along with us. I'm excited. I'm a little scared.
I'm nervous, but you know what? We loved when we were, and we were nervous about it.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true. So we're either going to love it or hate it. So either way, read along with us.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you can like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all of the socials, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Discord.
And don't forget to get your book fair tickets.
Oh, get our book fair tickets. Leave us a review. It does help. Thank you very much. And I'm excited to read this next book. And also the fact that Divine, I don't know what I'm doing with my hair. Sorry, that was weird. I was just like untangling it while I'm sitting here. Divine Rivals 2. What is it?
Oh, I forget.
Rival.
Nope.
Rivals.
Nope.
We're doing really well today. Ruthless something?
Ruthless Vows.
Ruthless Vows. Wow, what a name. That comes out in December, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll add it to our reading schedule. Eep. Which, if not, I'm sure we'll make little TikTok videos on how we feel.
Yeah. So that's all the things.
That is
Stay
all the
tipsy.
things. Bye.